Chad and I have just been going, and we have had to step back a little bit and
take a breather.
Yeah. I'm going to let Chad tell you a little story about what happened 2 weeks ago, and then what happened last week. And this week we're like, okay, take a break.
No appointments.
Yeah, we've really cleaned our schedule and just says we have got to take care of ourselves.
So we're both the kind that like to be busy and to keep active and to not sit around too much. But anyway, here a couple of weeks ago, we've just been pushing ourselves and just really tired. And that morning, the day that this here story happened, was we live on up several flights. And so I decided, I haven't walked the stairs up or down for quite a while. And so I made 2 trips down to the garbage and then came back up the stairs, several flights. And
eight flights.
8 flights. And so I did that twice and my legs were just burning, and it felt kind of good to have my legs burn like that. And we hadn't been sleeping very good either. So we head off, and what we're doing is we are helping the junior missionaries. They get transferred from place to place every so often. So we're moving a missionary out of our area up to Srpska Mitrovica, and we're taking one of our missionaries up there and bringing back one of their missionaries back to Beograd.
Because we have a car and they don't.
And so that's just one of the little side things that we do, is to help out. And so we take off. We go to Srpska Mitra. We meet all the other elders. We take them out to lunch. We have a great time. We say our goodbyes. We bring the other missionaries back, 2 of them with us, and we're driving. And we've driven this road dozens and dozens of times. And we took the back roads and because we just wanted to see a little bit of the scenic area between Beograd and Novi Sad and Srpska Mitrovica. No, it's Novi Sad, not Srpska Mitrovica.
Oh, okay.
Novi Sad. Anyway.
We've done both.
So we took the back roads back. I mean, it was a 10-minute longer drive. So when we get back onto the main thoroughfare, immediately something just didn't quite seem right to me. And I don't know if I said anything to you at the time or not.
Well, and I was really sleepy, and the sound of the car, and it was just...
Yeah. So you weren't paying much attention to me, and that's okay. And so when we get back onto the roads coming back into Belgrade, you look off and you can see the skyline, and you see the very familiar buildings that you are familiar with, and that you drive towards the big tall blue skyscrapers and different things. And it just, things seem to be moving in a little bit different dimension of time. It wasn't slow motion, but it wasn't real time like it does. And the more we got into town, we passed the Stark football field, and normally that it's off to the left, but it seemed like it was right there, really close. And I told Jennifer, I says, man, this just doesn't seem right. Like,
well, he wasn't acting right when he was telling me this. You were not acting right.
Yeah. And I thought we had gotten off the freeway somehow and down on a frontage road to be that close to.
But you can convince me of anything. He's sitting here telling me, I'm going, well, I think we're on the right road. Yes, we were on the right road. We were on the one we've traveled dozens and dozens of times.
Yeah. And so I'm still following, the GPS. I know my way around town pretty good, but I still have the GPS going. And so I take the turn off that it's pointing to, and nothing just seems right to me. So we pass where the missionary apartment is. I completely bypass it because it doesn't look familiar at all. Chad,
that was alarming to me. I'm like,
you missed it.
Honey, it's right here. And he's like, no.
So I circled back around the block, came back in and went where they told me to, and I got out of the car and looked around and completely lost. I didn't recognize anything.
And that scared me. That did.
Yeah.
I was just like,
And-
oh, have you had a
Yeah.
stroke?
Well,
What's the
and-
matter? But you didn't act
Yeah, and I thought to myself,
physically. He was.
I'm not having a stroke, am I? Because, you know, I don't hurt, my words aren't being slurred, I'm not paralyzed on one side of my body or anything, but it was really kind of weird. So I walked down the street and looked, across the street to see if the tire store where we bought our new tires from, because I knew that was by the, and I didn't see it, and I just came back, and what's weird is that when I was there at the apartment dropping the missionaries off, I couldn't remember being on the freeway coming back from Novi Sad. I remember, bits and pieces. I remember being on the freeway and looking and saying, okay, this isn't right. And I remember the Stark Stadium being really obscure. And so I was starting to wonder, what was going on. And, one of the missionaries says, oh, Chad, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And so I'm starting to wonder about myself. Okay, something's not right.
He was so sweet to you. He was so sweet to you. You okay? You okay, Elder Griffiths?
Yeah. And I felt confident that, okay, right now I can imagine what's around me and I can drive, but I don't remember driving home from the missionary's apartment to our apartment.
Well,
I don't remember driving.
Then I get wondering, is he kind of asleep? I mean, were you sleep driving? And then we delivered our precious packages, the two missionaries. And I thought, I almost just felt like, well, did Heavenly Father kind of take control here and deliver this package for us? Because he was not well.
Yeah.
So when we got back to the house here.
Got home.
Man.
I went straight to our bedroom and laid down, and
You slept the rest of the day.
yeah, 3 hours later, she's up the whole time worried about me. And I think she finally got mad at me and came and woke me up. Well, nervous, scared.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I was hallucinating. I don't know if I was in some kind of a trance.
So can you get this way when you're just overly tired? I've talked to people that says yes, he's probably was just overly tired. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't. As I'm talking, I do remember swerving the car, just missing another car, so I could have been asleep.
Before we tell you the rest of the story, we want to thank ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's video. It is an app that allows us to connect all of our devices to the internet as if we were from any place in the world. They have 94 different locations to choose from, so we just have to open the app, choose whichever location we want, and even though we're currently in Serbia, we can access the web as if we were from the US, UK, or wherever else we set it.
We don't know what we would have done out here on our mission in Serbia without ExpressVPN. The most important thing is that we're able to securely access all of our financial information. We just finished up our taxes by setting our location to Salt Lake City, accessed our documents, securely signed them. Another reason to have ExpressVPN is that it allows you access to your favorite streaming platforms like Netflix, Prime, and Acorn TV. You can set your location to other places and find different content that Netflix offers, but only to those specific countries. And so that's kind of a fun hack that we've come across.
Like this series, Mary Magdalene, it is on British, is it British?
No, it's Brazilian.
Brazilian Netflix. It's in their library. And so,
It's a fun series about the life of Mary Magdalene. And so you can look around and see what kind of content there is in other countries.
So protect yourself whenever you're online and get a wider variety of shows to watch. Go to expressvpn.com/Griffiths. Get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN free. Go to expressvpn.com/Griffiths. Get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN free.
Okay, I'm exhausted. So, do you want to tell the second story?
Well, it's about you.
I know, but I'm tired. It is.
That's what we're going to. Again, you're just covered in sweat. So last week, Chad, we had It was kind of the same thing. It was a busy week. But Chad could not leave. He could not be very far away from the bathroom. And he didn't feel good all week. And now you're feeling better that way. But
Yeah.
he is so clammy. Like right now, you are
Yeah.
sweaty.
Yep.
Are you
Yep.
hot or are you cold?
No, I'm just sweaty.
And he breaks into these sweats regularly. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's menopause. I don't know. But it's so, but he had been sick, but he's not got, his tummy and all that is okay now.
Yeah.
I don't know. And this lasted all of last week.
Yeah, it was a week long
It's been a
of
week.
staying very close to the apartment. We could go out for walks, and it wasn't.
But it's like,
horrible,
I gotta get
but
back, I gotta get back.
It just seemed that I couldn't keep anything in me.
Mm-hmm.
That whatever I ate, it turned. Right,
I'm sorry
right
for all
to-
the information.
But I'm still trying to figure out what it is, and I'm hoping that the bug, the virus, the bacterial
Whatever.
infection or whatever it is has passed on. It's not that I didn't feel sick. My stomach hurt, but
Makes me sad.
yeah. But I'm
This afternoon,
I'm
we're going to go
fine.
for a walk, and we're going to walk by where we think a medical clinic is that we need
Yeah.
to make an appointment for.
Yeah, one of the
We're gonna
things
get an
that-
appointment.
one of the things that we've been wanting to do for a long, long time, and I've thought about it in
Felt
my
that
head.
little prompting. You ought to find out where you're going to go to a
is,
doctor if you need one.
You know, where is the best place to go in case of an emergency, to a clinic or a hospital? And so we've reached out to our mission people that keep track of the medical, our nurse and stuff. And so we've got a few recommendations for clinics / hospitals around. So we're going to go try and find one and introduce ourselves and present them with our insurance and make sure that the insurance papers are all in line, that everything's ready to go in case we ever have to use them. I don't think we're in need of it anymore,
Well,
but
we'll see. If you want Chad to get better, give us a thumbs up.
yeah,
We haven't asked for a thumbs up in a long time. And while you're at it, and if you haven't, subscribe
Yeah.
and hit the little notification button. See, I've asked him for 3 things now.
Well, we are that close to getting to 200,000.
Yeah, we are.
It's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
looking at that the other day, I thought, I
Wow.
didn't realize we were that close. So anyway,
Thanks for watching.
watching.
We're sharing the ups, we're sharing the downs. Last week was kind of a downer, but
Yeah.
I think we're going to be on the mend. I hope so.
we're looking for a better week this week.
Thanks so much for watching.
Bye-bye.